everybody, JFM here to give you another video. Now, since all of you guys are mostly interested in making comics, I decided to have more videos out teaching you, or pretty much helping you how to make better comics and all that when it comes to the actual story writing and the artwork. Now, my lesson for today is character development and setting up plots for stories. Now, to me, character development is two things. It's the construction of a character to make him or her believable, really flesh the character out, and the other one is having the character change for either the better or for worse throughout a story or series. Now, what do you have to know to make a character believable and really fleshed out? Well, it's good to base a character off an actual person you know, or have yourself, have a little bit of your personality inside a character. It's really nice, and when you do base it on an actual person that you know or yourself, it's really easy. And if it's really hard, that came out wrong. If you're really hard, if you really need help making a character more believable, then I guess you gotta go to the stereotypes, but don't rely solely on stereotypes. It's great to have a mix of stereotypes and your own original thought. Like, for example, I have this one character, Lisa, who's this very ditzy cheerleader. But cheerleading isn't what she does all the time. Instead, she likes to do other things. Let's say act, cook, maybe direct a video. She likes to direct videos and act and probably write. Maybe she wants to keep that as a secret from all her other cheerleader friends. And throughout later in the story, she actually comes out and comes into the creative world, where her dream will come true, and all that. Now, when it comes to, having a character development, like changing through the story, for better or for worse, it's like, let's say you have this one character, but you don't know what he should do. It's like the same boring character throughout the whole story. Well, it helps to have this character have a flaw, maybe a fear, or whatever like that, and have him or her change throughout the story. It's like overcoming that fear, like very subtly. When it comes to actually thinking of a plot for a storyline, if you have trouble with making a plot, I totally understand. It's pretty hard these days to make an original story, have an understanding plot, make it understandable, and all at the same time while having your audience be engaged and be very interested in it. Like, you have to make the characters and their troubles very relatable to the audience, to make them, what is it in your story that makes people want to know what will happen. And for some it comes easy, and others hard. And others pretty much have teams. It's like, if you're really good at story writing but terrible at drawing, then work on the story on a comic. But if you're good at drawing a comic but horrible at the story, then team up with somebody who is a good writer. Fortunately for me, I don't mean to, put myself here, but I am pretty much gifted in both storytelling and art. As you see in the background here, it's a poster of one of my stories, Malice Mansion, and right here the other story, Jeff and Taylor, which I'm working on now. And I have other stories along the way, just a few others. Like, I have a total of 6 stories in my head, along with Jeff and Taylor. Jeff and Taylor is a series, but in the series it's 100 episodes, which is 100 different stories. And I actually thought all of them up. Yeah, and all my projects, along with over 200 characters that I have to keep track with, each of them with their own unique personalities. And like I said, it comes easy for some of us, and others not so easy. So when in doubt, when you have a story up or a comic, just show it to other people, see what they think, and throughout their criticisms, well, hopefully nice criticisms, they'll help you and you'll be able to become a better storyteller and comic book artist. One little piece of advice for you is that if you're not very confident on your first comic book, if you have a first one, I suggest starting out small. It's great to have a very short comic because the shorter the comic, the easier determined you are to finish it. And a short story and a short comic, short and sweet. If it's successful, then awesome. You'll show it to everybody. It's incredibly easy, and also it'll make you become more confident in your storytelling skills, and you'll be able to become more make bigger and bigger, longer stories out of that. You'll be able to find your stride and your comfort zone. Alright, well, this ends this lesson. I hope you learned something from it, and once you subscribe, you'll get to see other lessons in comic book making. Alright, promotional plug time. Now, my comic that I'm working on now is called Jeff and Taylor, and if you have a Facebook page, you can go ahead and sign up, or you can like, instead of become a fan, you can like Jeff and Taylor comic series. And yeah, it's a page in Facebook. If you have a Facebook, then, and if you want to, become a fan and know more of my comics that I'm working on, then go ahead. I suggest that you like it and follow it. Well, that does it for me for today, and I will see you later. JFM out.